Hey everybody, Rebel Ray is here. I wanted to talk to you about an album today. I want to use this channel to review albums and movies and stuff like that, so I'm just going to get to it. Um, Today I figured I would make my debut with the metal debut. Ah, damn it. Black Sabbath's Black Sabbath, right? The self-titled um, record from these guys, the debut album, right? To me, personally, heavy metal starts with this album, and it has a sound, it has a feeling, it's a time and place, and there's a wild kind of nature to it. The First off, like, we'll start off the heavy riffs, right? There's very heavy riffing going on. There's like wild guitar soloing. There's crazy drumming, right? The bass is all over the place. It's great. Um, so this is the debut album for Black Sabbath. You have that original lineup, right? Ozzy Osbourne, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward. And man, you can't really it's there are very few other debuts where an entire, not just a genre but a subculture is created. And Black Sabbath is just a milestone. I mean, okay, there's not much I can say that hasn't already been said, right? But I can, like, all I can say is how the album affects me, right? And maybe me and maybe my peers, right? That's the only sort of reference that I have to go on. It's the only fresh perspective that I can add to, an album that's been discussed to death, right? But man, right from the opening, let's just get into it. Right from the opening, right from the get go, you have the opening tritone riff, bow, 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 right? Like, whoa, okay, it's already like you're freaking out already. It sets the tone for what is to come, right? Like it starts with a rainfall and then that riff, and they just get into it. And there's the sort of manic sort of blues thing going on, right? As well as the sort of heavy riffage that goes with that, and it all kind of combines together to make what would become like true heavy metal. You can make the case for other bands that sort of set the standard, right? Like maybe Deep Purple or Blue Cheer, but I think that Black Sabbath sets not only the sound, right, but the what you feel in your head and when you think of heavy metal, and why people gravitate towards metal in the first place. It starts here. And there's it's not just heavy music, right? It's heavy music, but there's the isolation, there's the rebellion, the not feeling like you belong in a group, or wanting to belong in a group, or sometimes just wanting to be by yourself, right? Wanting to go into your room and blast the music. Like, this is where it started, right? Well, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe people were sneaking up to their room and blasting Jerry Lee Lewis when their parents weren't home. I don't know. Um, Black Sabbath's debut. I can't think of another debut that, probably because there isn't one, mate. Right? That like creates a whole genre of um, of music like this, and not just the music, but the subculture as well. As I mentioned earlier, it's so. Maybe I'm rambling. Maybe I'm out of things to say. Um, I really love this album. It's not my favorite Black Sabbath album, actually. I really, I'm gonna say it here right now. I love the Ronnie James Dio material. I love that era of Black Sabbath, as well as the Tony Martin era, right? The Ian Gillan album, Born Again. It's fantastic. There's a lot of great Black Sabbath material out there. Um, and now, if you are gonna pick up the album, by the way, I recommend trying to get a hold of one of the remasters. The one I have here is like an Argentinian pressing of it, right? So you have, I think, like, the American pressing doesn't have Evil Woman on it, right? So I mean, try to find one of these if you can. I think the 2012 remaster should be pretty easy to find. I got this off of Amazon like years ago, right? Um, okay, specific tracks. Let's do that. The title track, of course, like those three notes, down, 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 and then just breaking into this insane, like, that's another thing that Black Sabbath, a sort of hallmark of theirs is the time changes, right? The crazy time changes, just going into a whole nother thing, and Bill Ward just go doo, 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 into a whole nother like genre sometimes, right? They'll switch from like, an example on Paranoid is when they switch from like, straight up blues to like swing dance sort of a rhythm, right? There's a bit of that here. There's also a lot of unaccompanied like freestyle soloing from Tony Iommi. Very interesting stuff. Some bass solos from Geezer Butler, of course, like the one that comes before NIB, right? I wonder what that does sound for. Did they ever say what that was? I should have looked it up. I should do research, but this is just off the top of my head. So I wonder if NIB stands for Nativity in Black or anything sinister that like that. Probably not. Probably not. Who fucking cares, right? It's a fucking great song. Um, Evil Woman's fun. Sleeping Village, right? All that stuff. It's the whole thing comes together, and it's still worth listening to. It rewards repeated listens, even today, and it'll probably outlive us all, right? Or at least you like to hope so. You'd hope that the world doesn't go completely to shit and we lose metal or something for some reason or another. So that's all I have to say about Black Sabbath's Black Sabbath, right? Heavy metal starts with it, and it might just end with it too. Um, Black Sabbath is on their farewell tour right now. Or Black Sabbath. It's Bill Ward's not there. It's they could have used Vinny Appice, but to do the drums, but they had to get Ozzy's session drummer because they probably didn't want to pay someone else, right? They probably didn't want to pay somebody else who was worth a damn. It's probably a corner they could cut, and who knows what Sharon Osbourne's doing with all that shit, right? But I'll leave it there. So I thank you guys very much for watching. I'm Rebel Reyes. Click to if you know what? I'm not going to tell you what to do. You're an adult. But I will politely recommend that you subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment. I really want to sort of hope that the timing and everything sounds good. Obviously, my camera's shit. It's some Logitech piece of garbage. I'm gonna upgrade it to something better in the future. This is just a very easy setup that I had. I have a blue snowball microphone that probably still sounds pretty good, but I have to like slap it upside the head to get it to work, and then maybe lighting and other things I could improve, right? Just let me know. I have to clean all this shit back, clean all that shit up there back, all that shit back there. I gotta clean it up. It's still coming out of being sick, so I sound like fucking ass. I don't know. Actually, maybe I sound pretty good, right? Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys later. I'll be back with another album review maybe next time. Bye.
Jesus!